Imagine walking past your own window at night and seeing someone inside. Someone who's not supposed to be there. Someone who looks right at you and smiles. You live alone. You're sure of it. But what happens when that face keeps coming back? Not a stranger, not someone trying to break in, but something watching, waiting, and appearing only when no one else is around. That's what happened to our narrator. At first it was a flicker, a face in the glass, maybe a shadow, maybe paranoia. But every night the sightings became clearer. It wasn't a mistake. It wasn't imagination. And it wasn't human. He tried to ignore it. He locked his doors, closed every curtain, left lights on like a prayer. But the figure didn't need doors. It appeared inside the window, then inside the house. That inside the mirrors, no one else could see it, no one else believed him. Because this isn't a ghost. It's something worse. He doesn't knock. He doesn't speak. It just watches and waits. So the next time you glance toward your window and think you saw something, don't blink. It might still be watching, the face in the glass. They say you should trust your instincts. That night, mine screamed at me to run. It was just past midnight. I'd finished watching a thriller on TV and was heading to the kitchen for a glass of water. That's when I saw it. Just a flicker of movement from the corner of my eye. The window by the hallway. My apartment is on the second floor. There's no balcony, no fire escape, just a narrow patch of brick wall. I turned slowly, and there it was. A face, pressed against the glass, pale, expressionless, eyes too wide, unblinking, just watching me. I froze. My mind scrambled for answers. Was it a reflection? Maybe a trick of the light? But no. I stepped closer, and the face moved. Not a quick jerk, just a slow, eerie tilt of the head, as if curious. I dropped the glass in my hand. It shattered on the floor. The sound snapped me out of my paralysis. I grabbed the nearest thing I could, a lamp, and rushed toward the window. Done. Just empty night and glass. I stood there, shaking. My heart was pounding so loudly it drowned out everything else. Maybe I was tired, sleep-deprived. The movie had messed with my head. That was it. I was seeing things. But I couldn't shake the feeling that I wasn't alone. I closed the blinds and went to bed. But I didn't sleep because I knew what I saw.
Knock, knock. The next morning, I tried to forget about it, told myself it was a bad dream, hallucination, anything to bring logic into the madness. But when I checked the window, there were smudge marks. Greasy human smears, right where the face had been. I live alone. No one has access to my place. I even called the building maintenance and they swore no one had been near my window. That night, I double locked the doors, closed every curtain, left all the lights on, just in case. I lay in bed, tense, every sound amplified. The ticking of the clock sounded like footsteps. The humming of the fridge felt like whispers. And then around 1:14 a.m., I heard it. Tap, 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 from the living room window. I held my breath. Maybe it was the wind. Tap, tap, tap. Louder this time, more deliberate. I tiptoed out of bed, heart slamming against my chest, and crept toward the living room. There, standing in front of the window, was a figure. Oh, not outside. Inside, facing the glass. I blinked, and in the moment it took, the figure vanished. The window remained closed, the curtains drawn, the lights still on. But on the glass, a word was written in condensation. Hello. I backed away, breath shallow, body trembling. Who or what had been inside? And more importantly, how had it gotten in?
The visitor returns. The police didn't believe me. They walked through the apartment, checked the locks, the windows, the fire escape, which doesn't even reach my window, and found nothing. No sign of a break-in, the officer said. Could have been a prank. Maybe you were half asleep? I nodded, pretending to accept his logic. But my instincts weren't letting it go. That evening, I set up my laptop facing the window. If something came back, I'd catch it on camera. I left the lights off this time, sat in the dark, watching the screen, waiting. Nothing happened for hours. Then at 3:09 a.m., the exact moment the silence started to feel suffocating, my screen flickered. There it was again, that face, closer this time, almost pressed up against the lens. It stared through the screen like it knew I was watching. It didn't blink, didn't move, just watched. I grabbed my phone to take a picture, but the camera app froze. When I looked back at the laptop, the screen had gone black. And when I turned toward the window in real life, it was there, inside the room. I screamed, flipped the table trying to escape, but again, it vanished. No sound, no trace, except for one thing. On the wall, written in what looked like ash, "I see you, not alone anymore." I left the apartment that night, stayed at a friend's place for a few days, slept with the lights on, but even in their house, I felt watched. One night, I woke up at 3:33 a.m. to find the bedroom window slightly open. I swear we had locked it. Then came the footsteps, soft, deliberate. Not my friends, not mine. I pretended to sleep. The mattress dipped slightly, like someone had just sat down. I kept my eyes shut tight. Then, a breath near my ear. I never left. I screamed, jumped up, turned on the lights. No one there. But the window was now closed. And on the mirror was a handprint. Not mine, not my friends. I checked my apartment's security camera remotely. The feed was active. I watched in horror as I saw a figure walk past the hallway inside the apartment. He turned toward the camera, the same pale face, same eyes, but this time it smiled. I moved out for good. I never sleep near windows now. And every time I pass a reflective surface, I check it twice. Because sometimes, just sometimes, I still see it. Smiling, waiting, watching. You can turn off the lights, close the curtains, smash the mirrors, but you can't hide from something that lives between reflections. He thought it was just a nightmare, a trick of the eyes, until the presence stepped out of the window and into his life. And now it wears his face. Now it watches from within. The worst part, no one else sees it. No one else can. Because this thing, this entity, doesn't haunt houses. It haunts people. And once it chooses you, it studies you, learns you, waits until you're too tired to question it, too broken to resist it. Then it takes your place. You'll look in the mirror and something will look back. But it won't be you. Not anymore. So the next time you see a flicker in the glass, the next time a window reflects someone you don't recognize, don't get closer. Don't try to understand. Just remember, you may live alone, but something else lives with you.